Welcome back, everyone. Today's video, we're going to start doing the actual framework on the Challenger. So the first step that we're going to do is we are going to put the car into the clamps, into the body clamps. I'm going to attach them to this rocker here, front and back, get it up in the air, make sure that it's nice and secure, and then we'll start pulling on it and get everything back lined up into place where it's supposed to be, and then start fitting the parts. So let's get to work.
ready?
Alright, so we got the rails pulled out. We got a lot of this stuff, the initial pulled out. The rails right now are straight this way and up and down. We got the measurements off of our repair program. So we got all the measurements where they need to be. Our next step is going to, actually the tower was in 1/4 of an inch. We got that pulled back. We got everything basically where it needs to be. We kind of pulled down everything so that way any stuff that's further back, you know, minor buckles or anything else like that, it got pulled out. So that way once we replace the really mangled stuff, anything that was in the back or stuff that we're not replacing got pulled out and put back into place. Basically it all goes as one. The next step is going to be to get this apron drilled out. We are going to also, we got this outer structure piece got it drilled out. This inner piece, it goes way back into there. So what we're planning to do is to cut this right here and weld the new piece onto there, and then the outside piece is going to be all one piece. Also, we are going to take, because this got mangled pretty bad, the rail, so we are also going to, this outer skin or the outer part of the structure, we are going to drill all the spot welds out. We're going to replace this along with the front of the frame horn, and we'll continue working on it. Otherwise, it's going pretty good, and hopefully soon we can get all the parts mocked up on it, and then we'll take it off the frame and on to the next part. Okay guys, so we've gotten to the point that we got everything pulled out. We had the pieces mocked up. We use the tram tool to get all of our crosses, everything checked out. Everything's perfectly right in the middle of the holes where we were checking it, so that's good. We hung the fenders just because the very ends, they have these there's only 2 bolts that hold the fenders, and we weren't exactly 100% on this, so that's why we took the fenders and put them on temporarily. They lined up, so now the next step is we are gonna put everything back in here and start welding everything in place. And otherwise, it's going pretty good for our second car, considering that this one was had a pretty good hit to it. A lot of stuff moved, but making progress on it, learning as we go. So if you guys have any advice, make sure you leave them in the comments. But otherwise, let's get the pieces back on there and get them welded up. Alright guys, we got all the pieces, metal pieces welded on there. We got this outer piece for the upper rail. For the frame rail, we got the outer piece put on there. The apron, all of it's welded up. Getting some good practice since we haven't welded before. Rebar bolted up. This little piece got ripped off, we got that welded on there. And then also we had a little bit of buckle on the inside of the frame, so we cut a little window here. That way we could get access to it to knock all that out to where it needs to be, and then we just put that piece back in, welded it up, and everything turned out pretty good. So our next step is we're going to put all the body parts on there, make sure that we can line everything up. Alright guys, so we got all of our major components hung on the car. We got all the gaps to line up nicely, exactly where they should be. The radiator support bolted up, rebar bolted up, all the fenders, everything, all the gaps lined up. So that's good. Bumper we don't have yet, but it basically hangs on the fenders and on this. So that won't have really any impact. As long as these things line up, we think everything else should bolt right up, the bumper and the headlights, so that should be fine. So that's it for this video. We're gonna continue in the next video doing the rear quarter panel and the door. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe, you like, comment, and we'll see you in the next video.